Audrey Carlson Fieldhouse for CTN's live coverage of the boys high school home opener for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. They host the Trojans from New Prague. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro sidelines, and Howie, excited to see how this team comes in. They're the defending section champions, only the second time in school history, but they have a lot of pieces to replace.
Oh, they really do, and you know they try and reload every year. They've got a couple of guys back that are key contributors for the Cardinals. But you know they're looking for role players. They're looking to see who's going to step up, who's going to be that number 3 scorer for the Cardinals.
Well, and New Prague started their season with a lackluster effort against Centennial, but this is a team that is very young, has almost no returning varsity experience, and a team that only won 5 games last year. So they've got a whole open slate for guys to step up.
They really did. When I talked to Coach Turka before the game, he said, "What were your thoughts on the game against Centennial?" He kind of took a pause. He says, "Like we didn't play varsity minutes before." He says, "Not happy with the effort. They have to do a much better job here, and they know that they're going to have their work cut out for them because they've got a couple of guys on the other side that can light up the lamp for sure."
Well, and on the other side, we talk about it. They went to the state tournament last year. A phenomenal run, a lot of fun to watch, but they lose most of that varsity lineup. They do, however, return their leading scorer in Jackson Young.
Yeah, Jackson had 31 points in their loss to Blaine the other night. So he's the leader on the court. And, you know, I think defenses are going to look at him. They're going to try and double him for the most part. And so, again, Plum and Tate's going to be big. And, again, they're going to have to find somebody that's going to be able to contribute minutes and be able to score if they're going to take some of that pressure off Jackson.
Well, and, you know, he leads, a wonderful leader, a great lead by example type of guy. But yeah, you need more than 2 bodies. You mentioned Tegan Palm and Tate. They had Armando Henry, but he unfortunately is injured, and we don't know if he'll be back at all this season. So they are going to be looking for depth scoring all season long. If they hope to get back to where they were last year, that's a huge challenge. But of course, we've seen this team. This is the only team in Coon Rapids that has a winning record in the section tournament over the last 8 seasons.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy to think about it. Yeah, Coach O's is the start of his 12th year at Coon Rapids. So he's seen a lot of ups, he's seen a lot of downs, but obviously coming off a season where the up was huge, you make it to state, and you really have to come back and say, what are we going to do to try and repeat that? He feels they can contend for the conference title, but they've got some pieces they have to find before that happens.
Well, you got to start with win number 1. They didn't like how it went against Blaine the other night in their home opener against the Trojans. Cardinals looking to even their record at 1-1. We tip off next on CTN.
And now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. The starting lineups will be done in alternating fashion, beginning with the visiting New Prague Trojans. For the Trojans, a 5'9" junior, number 2, Adam Lee. For the Cardinals, a 5'9" senior, number 1, Jeremy Ani. For the Trojans, a 6'4" junior, number 10, Miles Teets. For the Cardinals, a 6'3" senior, number 5, Tegan Plowman Jake. For the Trojans, a 6'2" senior, number 11, Toby Lease. For the Cardinals, a 6'4" senior, number 10, Jackson Young. For the Trojans, a 6'4" senior, number 15, Jacob Niederheiser. For the Cardinals,
back at the barn, just about ready to get this battle started. We talk about turnover on this program, but I remember that first win in sections in a long time. Sam Carver, part of the staff now, hit the big three-pointer against Anoka.
Remember it well.
Since that time, they have won in section tournament more often than not. That was their first win in like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah, no, they definitely have done a nice job of making it to the finals. And, and Coach O, I know, feels that he's got a little more of a challenge ahead of him to make. Of course, at the beginning of last year, nobody predicted that the Cardinals would go to state. They were the 8th in the section, I believe.
Yeah, they
were predicted for 8th in the section.
Of that talent from last year. Jackson Young back. We talked about Tegan Plowman Tate. A couple other guys that got sparing minutes here and there. You need a number of other guys to step up to fill those holes, and it's still very early in this season. Okoye wins the tip. The Cardinals get the opening possession. Would love to set the tempo. New Prague especially want to take advantage of them early. A team that only scored 41 points in their opener.
Oh, nice.
Plowman Tate's three-pointer was off the mark, but knocked out of bounds by New Prague. Coon Rapids will keep it.
Yeah, nice job by Samson LeClaire not to touch that, because it did go off the New Prague player. He was fighting for a rebound after the miss.
Adi will inbound from the baseline. All the way up top for Jackson Young. Young will put it on the floor, gets a pick, little pump fake, lets the defense slide by, shot off the mark. LeClaire battles and gets the rebound. Into the corner. Adi thought about the three, drives instead. Little scoop shot won't go. Okoye, the rebound, pump fake, gets the man in the air, and then he puts it home.
Yeah, Coach O said, New Prague's going to have a little more size than Blaine did, but not the athleticism. It's a very different team, especially when they play defense, very different from the Bengals.
Blease high on the right wing, draws the double team. LeClaire gets the steal. LeClaire heads up, his pass tipped, taken away by Alex Meyer. New Prague back on offense. Meyer, high post, kicks it out. Three-pointer on the way, off the mark for Niederheiser. And it'll end up out of bounds off of New Prague. Another Coon Rapids ball.
Yeah, I forgot to mention number 11, Toby Blease during the intro that we did today. He's kind of their key player for New Prague here in their starting 5.
And we'll watch to see how much Evan Weichert gets in.
Oh, he'll play limited minutes.
He was their leading scorer with over 18 points a game last year.
Yep, hurt his ankle in football last year.
Another turnover forced this time by Jeremy Adi. The dunk attempt goes south for Jackson Young. Trojans have the numbers as Young a little late getting back into the action, but the shot off the mark for Blease. Rebound by Young, quickly to the other end. Plowman Tate had it tipped away, recovered by Samson LeClaire into the corner now for Jeremy Adi. Just 2 points in this first minute 45. Adi trying to run to the lane, and an illegal screen is called against Jackson Young. First foul of the game goes against the Cardinal captain.
I was a little disappointed after that call. Figured that that was one he didn't need to pick up.
Adam Lee brings the double team, gets help from Meyer. Down low on the baseline. Teets not able to finish. And a rebound for Okoye and the Cardinals. Plowman Tate spins, kicks it back out. Okoye way up top. He'll put it on the floor, hand it off for Adi. Adi working right side. Cardinals staying patient, also having trouble finding any seams to get the penetration. Battle goes down on the floor, and it's going to end up with a Coon Rapids foul on the floor.
I think
Samson LeClaire going to be called.
So that'll be his first, team second. Head coach Dan Paterka had a nice conversation before this contest.
Slow start for both squads, just about 3 minutes in, only 2 points on the board. And that was on a third chance opportunity for Okoye of the Cardinals. Bodies falling all over the place, but it ends with an Alex Meyer layup. And we're tied at 2.
The Knights are going to try and work that inside game tonight. And they want to go to their strength underneath. You saw that first bucket for them.
Cody DeGogo is the first sub of the night for the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Gives a breather to Jaden Okoye, who had a nice start. Has the only 2 points of the game for the Cardinals. And again, that was on a third chance effort. Evan Weichert, we talked about, the leading scorer from last season, is going to check in.
Yeah, I know Coach O said we have to be careful when he's in the game, and we'll see what kind of, you mentioned, we'll see what kind of minutes he plays, coming off that ankle injury from a year ago during the football or from a season ago during the football year.
Young spins in close, shot off the mark. Adam Lee has the rebound. Weichert will get it on the left wing. Gets to the lane, kicks it off for Blees. Blees in the middle. Almost had it broken up, able to secure it back. Shot in close for Niederheiser, won't go. Rebound tip to Young. And Young on the move the other way. And he will draw the foul on Adam Lee. Take advantage of his size, get the smaller guy moving, take the contact.
So that's his first personal and the team's first.
Plowman Tate to LeClaire, will take it back at the top of the key. LeClaire into the corner to go. Couldn't reach for it, and the turnover by the Cardinals.
Yeah, a little heat on that pass, and DeGogo wasn't, I don't know if he was ready, just couldn't handle it.
It was a fastball down and away a little bit.
It was a fastball, there's no question.
But there's, clearly, as we talk about, a lot of guys playing much bigger, more important roles at the varsity level, and it'll take some getting used to, and guys acclimating to the speed and pressure of the ball game, and also getting used to playing as a unit.
Right, a little sloppy play early on for both teams. Coach O, his 12th season, we talked about. He's opening up his 12th year here at Coon Rapids, and I can't believe how quickly those 12 years have gone by.
LeClaire kicks it out to Gogo. Open look for three. High arcing shot is good.
That's a big three for Gogo. That was a nice job, just realizing he had that open space, was able to pull it down.
I thought LeClaire had a good look to go down the lane as well. I was a little surprised when he kicked it out, but yeah, DeGogo wide open. DeGogo got a piece of it. LeClaire finishes the steal. DeGogo on the break, lays it up and in. Are they going to call him for a travel? They are.
Yep. Yeah, he took.
It's an extra.
It was a little
step.
bit of a walk. It was a stroll, maybe.
A little bit of a bobble on the reception, so a little tough to put it to the floor and still have room, but depending on the official, you might get away with that on some nights. Not tonight, though. Weichert's inside feed taken away. Another steal for Samson LeClaire. TPT leaves it back. DeGogo drives behind his back, looking for help. Plowman Tate cross for Adi. Little pump fake. He'll drive to the lane. He's blocked as he gets there by Niederheiser. Long three for Plowman Tate is good.
Yeah, big three for Plowman Tate, and again, and good job after that. After he missed that shot, able to go after his rebound and get it out to Tate.
Open look for Weichert in the left corner, and he's at the answer.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's what he brings to the game. You talked about it, 18 points, a little over 18 last year that he averaged. And they're fortunate he really just missed time in that first game and able to come out and get some minutes here in game number 2 for the Knights.
DeGogo up top for Plowman Tate. And now Jackson Young on the left side. Young to the paint, and he traveled, running into the double team. A little bit of a frustrating start for the Cardinals senior. He has yet to score a point. I don't know that he's had a shot attempt, to be honest. A couple of three-pointers from Tegan Plowman-Tate and Cody DeGogo.
Yeah, that three by Plowman-Tate is set up by that. The rebound missed by Adi, but the chase after.
Three-pointer by Spencer Vaughn missed everything. Out of bounds and a Cardinal ball. Just over 6 minutes into this first half. Coon Rapids on top, 8-5. Another long three, and Plowman-Tate
He's
hit
feeling
it again.
Tegan is feeling it from the outside.
Into the corner, Plowman-Tate got there late. And is called for the block.
You're a poet, you don't know it.
But the last two calls on TPT for three.
I like that.
Like the way that Mike takes it and announces it with gusto.
Yes.
Here at the field house. Wasn't sure when I came up with that if he'd like it, but Tegan said he did like the nickname, so
good.
We like it.
Yeah, as long as he's okay with it.
Tegan Plowman-Tate is just a lot to say on the way down the lane.
Yeah, nice move to the
Young
basket.
On the board.
8-point lead for the Cardinals.
Right corner now, cross for Bond into the left corner. Teets for three. That's off the mark. Long rebound to DeGogo in the corner. Now Tegan Plowman-Tate, left side. Adi will give it back to Young. Young looking for the lane. Little pull up, and he's going to get fouled. Go to line, shoot two.
Again, he makes things happen. Obviously, he's got a nice move to the basket. Even when he doesn't get the shot, he's able to draw that contact to get an opportunity to earn two from the stripe.
Toby Blees, the guilty party, coming in on support, and a little delay causes the foul. Trojans are going to put a little ice in his veins, taking time out.
Well, always good, an opportunity to let him think about it a little bit, and then as your coach Paterka able to go over and talk to your guys about a few things that you've seen on the court unfold here through these first few minutes.
Justin Holden will be checking in when this timeout is over for the Trojans. Yeah, we talk a lot about obviously all Coon Rapids sports, but some programs in the school have had a lot of turnover at the head coach position.
Yes.
This program did for a while.
Well,
after but once Coach O came and took it over, he has really established something here.
He certainly has.
Now 12 years in, and he's found some consistency at the section level and got that section championship last year. Again, only second time in school history, first time in 40 years.
Which is incredible.
But the ability for the program to reload and to see the quality of athletes they continue to bring in. And that, I think, again, it's not the cause of it, but having some stability at the top of the program, I think, really does help.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and you talk about it, going to state obviously helps because it attracts other kids to want to play basketball. Nice job by
Well, they baited him in, left that backdoor feed all alone for Teets, and then Plowman-Tate jumped the passing lane, unfortunately unable to secure the block. New Prague will have another chance. Holden to inbound along the baseline. Up top, three-pointer for Blees. Will not fall down. TPT able to tip it to Adi. Jeremy Adi into the front court, slows down. Working against Bond, hands it off. And now to DeGogo.
Yeah, a couple of close-in misses tonight for Jackson Young. Not typical of his style of play.
John Pintz also came in after the timeout for Coon Rapids, getting his first minutes tonight. Defending there against Niederheiser. Outside shot won't fall. Rebound out of the reach of Pintz. Covered by Bond. Adi got a hand in. Bounces around, ends up out of bounds off of Coon Rapids, and it will be Trojans ball.
Yeah, good athletic play by Adi to get his hand in the passing lane and disrupt what was going on for the Knights.
Bond with a good look for three, but can't get it to fall. Adi leaves it off to Gogo through some traffic, draws the contact. They are going to give him continuation, so a two-shot foul for Cody DeGogo.
Yeah, Cody's using his speed to get to the basket, and as he kind of blows past the defender, and that's where he picks up the foul, is able to get through a couple of defenders, and there's some contact.
DeGogo hits the first. He's got them both.
Yeah, free throws are always important. They're able to build their lead now to 12.
Bond, high post, and DeGogo. Maybe a little too aggressive.
A little bit.
He's a defensive back, you know.
Exactly.
He was playing the ball.
He's like, and he likes contact. So
he was playing the ball, but you can't go through the defender or
usually
the
not.
offensive player. It's the same in football, really. Bond's three-pointer in and out this time. Rebound by Teets, but then coughed it up. Young on the run. Cross court and just threw that one away to the Trojans bench. One of many programs that came in knowing they would experience growing pains throughout the season.
You know, I think though the system that Coach O has in place allows his team to develop as the year goes on. Good pressure D.
Turnaround shot off the glass and in for Jacob Niederheiser.
Well, and they needed a bucket. They've been cold.
Cardinals working the perimeter to Gogo and Adi up top. Into the corner for DeGogo. Puts it on the floor and he stepped on the line.
Back in the game, number 20, Samson Leclerc.
Samson Leclerc back in the action for the Cardinals. Adam Lee working with Weichert in the backcourt.
Oh.
And again, they just leave that backdoor look like it's there, and Plowman takes it away.
And taking so athletic. I mean, and he's got that quickness.
And long.
Yeah, and long.
DeGogo, nice look for Leclerc, easy basket.
Yeah, really good job offensively setting that play up. I mean, that's good teamwork.
Teets from the corner off the mark. DeGogo in position for another rebound. Just over midway through the first half. Coon Rapids again up by 12.
And Coach O looking for his guys to run a little more. He's calling for more tempo.
And another offensive foul. That's the second we've seen in this first half by the home squad. This one's called against Samson Leclerc. Steal by TPT. This is just a great dish. Drew all the defenders, and Leclerc easy to the basket.
TJ Neal in for the first time for Coon Rapids. And Coach O was talking about TJ and looking for him to be a real contributor as this season continues and goes into the later it goes, figuring that he can provide a lot of help.
Into the corner, Bond for three. That's in and out again.
They can't buy a three.
Tipped around. Oh, it was Hayden in the corner. Excuse me.
Oh, that's a terrible call. That went off a New Prague player. It was easy to see. I'm surprised they called that way.
It was a scramble for the rebound. It did end up out of bounds. And you talk about it, though. They can't buy a basket. They may as well. It may be not too bad for them to be gifted a call.
Well, you know,
to make up.
I don't disagree with you.
They've had a number of looks from three-point range that has looked pretty good. And a couple that have been in and out. But like you said, just can't buy it. Can't get it to go down. Plowman Tate, another good step up, knocks it free.
I think the defense for Coon Rapids playing really well here tonight.
Okoye gives it back to TPT. Top of the key. He'll look for room against Teets. Kicks it back up top and now gets it right back from Neal. Long three-pointer. This one won't go. Rebound by Lee.
Well, Taken was feeling it obviously a little bit earlier, so good opportunity for him to take one. A turnover by the Knights.
Just zip through the hands of Miles Teets. A little bit too much mustard on that one. 7:18 to go, first half. Plowman Tate gives it off to Young. Getting a screen, but not able to find enough room. He does get the contact, and Teets called for the foul. It's going to be number 4 against New Prague.
Cardinals with 5 personals as a team. And as you mentioned, the 4th on the Knights.
A third offensive foul for 2 for illegal screens in this first half. This one is going to go against Jaden Okoye. Adam Lee will get it back from Blease into the front court. Comes the double team. They get it down to Teets. Back up top. Lee into the corner. Weichert. Open look. Three-pointer is short. And it went through the hands and off the foot of Miles Teets underneath. Back to Coon Rapids.
Yeah, the Knights shooting percentage, especially from beyond the arc, is poor tonight.
Niederheiser will check back in. And they've been able to get themselves open looks.
They have, but they can't buy a basket from outside.
Plowman Tate left it off to Gogo. Tried to kick it back to Okoye. It was taken away, and then DeGogo is going to be called for the reach in.
Yeah, that's the 7th team foul on the Cardinals. His 2nd for DeGogo. I think we'll see Adi come back into the action for the Cardinals.
Jeremy Adi. Weichert to the line for the Trojans.
Weichert at the line, shooting a 1-and-1. Weichert able to hit them both. He's got 5 off the bench. Back to a 10-point deficit.
He's a good player. There's no question about that.
Pull-up jumper for Jackson Young is good.
Yeah, just six points for Young. 21-9 in favor of the Cardinals.
Good look underneath, but the layup won't go from Meyer. Another rebound for Coon Rapids, and quickly back on the offensive end. Jeremy Adi backs out, trying to direct traffic on that left side. Jackson Young, watched by Weichert, works into the lane, kicks it out, but he traveled first. Timeout Cardinals. Young disagrees with the call, but an athlete disagreeing when they are called for a travel or a foul is not shocking. Coach O just slowing it down, rally the troops, get them refocused. Like where they're at, but they want to put even more pressure and more distance between them and the Trojans. Have not been able to go beyond 12.
Joe, Cardinal defense has been playing well tonight. And a number of they forced a number of turnovers, a nice double team, and it really led to transition points.
Well, and it's hustle too, and
Yep.
also I've been impressed with the rebounds.
Yep, exactly.
Considering they don't have a lot of size.
Well, no, that was one of the keys that Coach O talked about, is that we have to do a better job rebounding, and they have so far here in this first half against the Knights.
Well, Koye has size. Plummet, Tate, and Young both have length, but I don't know that you'd call either of them legit post players.
No, absolutely not.
So,
but sometimes you can make up for that with your athleticism.
but like Cody Gogo, just in the right spot for several rebounds already. Good takeaway by Neal. The look to Young, and then Neal there to get the rebound.
Yeah, TJ Neal, nice minutes off the bench, a good contributor.
Gets in trouble in the corner, gets it out to Adi. They rotate to the left. Young had it tipped away by Lee. Recovered by Niederheiser. He hands it back to Lee on the run. Weichert. And no foul called. Coon Rapids right back the other way. Young leaning in, and he traveled again. Careful, that kind of look could get you a tech.
Yeah, you don't want
this gym just a couple nights ago.
Yep. Yeah, that was an interesting call.
Lee into the front court. Working up top with Blees. Blees can get himself into that double team, and it gets ripped away. And it's going to be called on Blees, or is it? Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
called on
no,
Blees.
it is. That'll be his second team, sixth. Or fifth team foul, I'm sorry. Jackson Young going to take a seat on the bench with his six.
Pintz back in. Adi and TPT in the backcourt. Teets comes up to defend. Okoye at the top of the key. Fake the give to Pintz. Instead, we'll give it to TJ Neal. Plowman Tate, nice little head fake to find a little bit of room. His shot won't fall. The rebound by Teets. Lee to the other end. Teets to Weichert, long three-pointer off the mark. It's short and out of bounds. Cardinal ball.
Yeah, again, this is his first action of the season. Yeah, he's a little rusty, obviously, from the outside. I don't know if he was looking to come out. I think he got poked in the eye the last trip down, and nothing was called.
Yeah, he's definitely favoring his left eye, blinking and reaching for it. I don't know if he wears contacts, but that could be
might be it.
Too.
That might be it.
Plowman Tate on the baseline, ran out of room, gets back up top to Adi. They swing it to the corner. Pintz back to Neal. Neal between a couple of trees, throws it up and in.
Nice job by TJ just to move within the defense and take what they gave him. That's his first 2 points of the night.
Well, we haven't seen much scoring over the last 4 or 5 minutes.
Oh.
Nice steal by Jeremy Adi. Just jumps the passing lane and then lost the handle the other way. The last touched by Lee, and it'll be Cardinal ball still. Two guys twice his size. It's right between them. Great effort.
Weichert going to trying to get some adjustment on that contact.
Ill-advised pass taken away by Justin Holden right at midcourt. Bond into the front court, working against Pintz. Back up top, Teets is tripped up and went down hard. Pintz was on the floor, their feet got tangled.
Yep.
And Pintz will end up with the foul.
Yep. That'll be the 8th team foul, his first. So put him at the line.
Yeah, he just went head first into Plowman Tate's knee.
That's gotta sting.
Doesn't look like either player was any worse for wear, so that's good. Rebound battled for by both squads. Out of bounds off Coon Rapids. New Prague trying to cut into this 14-point lead.
Yeah, that was again, that should have been cut. This should have been the Cardinal ball.
Bond got it back for Meyer. His shot off the mark, a foul underneath. Going to be called against Tegan Plowman-Tate.
That'll be his second. Team 9th.
Put Teets back at the free throw line. Last of the single shot fouls for Coon Rapids. Teets able to hit them both. That's the first points in several minutes. First, they haven't had a bucket on the floor in about 6.5 minutes.
It's been cold for him.
Open look for Young, and he drains it.
Yeah,
from
you
the
can't
top
leave.
of the key.
You can't leave Jackson open at that spot on the court. As a defender, you got to come out and trouble him a little bit, and he's gonna sink that shot. He's got 9.
Another steal up court. Young all alone.
That's
tried to dunk and he missed it.
Oh, he's fortunate.
But Trojans couldn't secure the rebound, and Cardinals will get the ball back.
Yeah, that's 2 in close that he's missed tonight. He took a hard fall to the floor. A great job. Nice steal there.
Young poked it free and just took off.
He just
a little
didn't
too
get the
early.
elevation that he wanted. Looked like he grimaced a little bit when he fell to the floor, but
Looked like he grimaced on the way up, actually. That is not a good sign.
No.
We already talked about, Armando Henry. They expected to be a big key contributor, and like I said, injured and perhaps for a longer duration. Oh, wow. Huge block for John Pence. Missed with the right hand, but he got it with the left, or vice versa. I think he actually missed with the left, got it with the right, and swatted it way out of bounds. No, he missed with the right, got it with the left.
either way, heck of a play. All right, let's see.
Well
Make sure you get this one.
again. Young all alone, lays it in real soft.
He was going to make sure that that one went in this time.
Young into double digits, and the lead pushed to 17. We talked about it, Coach Paterka not real happy with the 41-point effort against Centennial on Tuesday night. I'm going to guess with only 11 points through almost 16 minutes through this first half, he's going to have some words for the boys in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, you look at him here. He's not. I don't think he's happy with the effort that his guys have shown on the court yet.
Well, at the same time, they have just like that. I mean,
their shooting percentages are horrible tonight.
The ball just does not want to go through that rim. Weichert missed them both.
Wow.
And the rebounding again and defense by the Cardinals, a big part of New Prague's struggle, is they haven't had second looks. Great look to Adi, and here's Neal for three. That's off the mark. Long rebound handled by Teets.
Yeah, a little hard off the back of the rim.
Meyer thought about this shot, then tried to drive. Now finds Weichert and a nice reverse layup.
He's got 7. 15-point lead for the Cardinals with 1:40 remaining in this first half.
Neal dribbles to the paint, runs into traffic, kicks it out, pins for three, off the mark. The rebound by Bond. Bond just gonna fly to the other end, swatted away by JT Neal. TJ Neal. Wow. He elevated.
He did. I mean, the athleticism, you can see the athleticism in a number of these Cardinal players. And he certainly has a lot of them.
Three-pointer is good for Justin Holden.
Yeah, first three that they've hit, I believe, isn't it, Joe? Second? Okay.
Weichert had one.
That's right. That's
fresh
right.
on the floor.
Yep, you're right.
Of course, that was 11 and a half minutes ago. Okoye hands it off. Pins into the lane. Had it poked away by Holden. Weichert comes out of the cluster with it. He drives, drops it off. Adi got a piece of Tietz, and Tietz will go to the line to shoot two. 43 seconds remain in the first half.
Yeah, the Knights is trying to cut into this lead and to have something good to feel about when they go in at the break.
Tietz able to hit them both. And back within 10, so 7 unanswered. Young can't find room for a look. Great little fake and feed by Adi. Kick back out to him. Okoye ran into traffic. Adi hits the little runner. New Prague likely will hold for the last shot. Holden kicks it up. Bond drives back out to Holden. Adi had a piece of it. Holden throws up a three, won't fall. And that will do it for the first half. So Coon Rapids able to lead the whole way. Able to get that lead as high as 17 points and going to the locker room up by 12. Certainly better than the opposite. But I guarantee Coach O has some things he'd like to see done better. He is down on the floor with Howie Shapiro. Howie.
Thanks, Joe. Nice, healthy lead for you, Coach. We talked about a few things. Defense and rebounding. I thought you guys did a really good job in that first half. Talk about what you saw there and what are some of the strengths you saw you guys achieve here in that first half.
Yeah, I like our energy defensively. I think we've have been more physical. We've been more active. We talked a lot about like long rebounds and 50-50s, and the other night it felt like it was like 80-20 against us, and I think we're doing a really nice job battling and making second, third efforts. Samson LeClaire comes to mind. Obviously taking Paul Tate in the backside. TJ Neal's come in, give us a lot of juice.
Yeah, I mean, just really good job of getting in the passing lanes. And talk about the offense in that first half and some of the things that you liked from your guys. A couple of missed shots underneath, but, the healthy lead going into the break.
Yeah, I think we're doing a better job getting into offense, reversing the ball. Not just, the initial action's not going to be there all the time, so just being patient to get to the second and third efforts on that end too, right? And so we've done a decent job of finding those opportunities, and we need to continue to do that. We could finish a lot more. We've had some opportunities there to finish. We've had a couple turnovers that, to me, are spacing turnovers, so a couple of things we got to clean up, but for the most part, I like it was a good first half for us offensively, and we're going to need to do that again.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second. Go back and talk to your guys. We're going to take a quick break. We'll break down that first half right after this.
Did you know major recreational equipment like RVs, campers, converted buses, and boats are allowed on residential property in Coon Rapids? But you are limited to 2 items that must be registered and operable. And any vehicle parked at a home for more than 12 hours must not exceed a certain size. For more information on this and other city codes, log on to coonrapidsmn.gov.
Back at the Roger E. Carlson Fieldhouse, a good crowd on hand for the boys basketball team's home opener. And the team so far giving them a show. They have led start to finish, and you talked about it with Coach Howie. It's all about the defense. They have been aggressive, been physical on the defensive end. They hit a couple of three-pointers, starting with Cody DeGogo, and another one from Tegan Plum-Tate. He had a couple from beyond the arc. Weichert hit that one that kind of kept New Prague kind of close at that point, but Cardinals able to reel off a nice big run in the middle part to push their lead into double digits. This is where they've stayed throughout. They were up as much as 17. New Prague, a good finish to the half, able to get back down to a 12-point deficit.
Well, and they needed that good finish, obviously, because they started off pretty slow. I mean, just 18 points in the first half certainly is not going to please Coach Peterka, but they were able to close the lead a little bit towards the end of that half, and they were able to do a better job of trying to cut into this lead. I'm sure there are a number of adjustments that they need to make at the break.
Well, and I would assume that both coaches, we talked about it as I was sending it down to you for you to talk to Coach Ogorek. As good as it looks, up by a dozen, I'm sure there's stuff he wants to clean up. And early in the season, every coach is going to want things to go a little bit cleaner, a little bit smoother than it has been.
Absolutely, and that's something that, of course, that they've got obviously plenty of time. Coach O's, we've got a long season ahead of us, and he's looking for combinations, and he's looking for contributors. Not just that third scorer that we talked about, but other guys coming off the bench that are going to be able to put some quality minutes together and try and fill up that basket.
Yeah, when you talk about last year's team, they had a solid starting five, but they had a couple three off the bench that they could always count on to be big contributors, and could go even deeper than that.
Yep.
If needed. And it takes a whole lineup to get a section championship.
Yeah, it really does, and obviously, and it takes a lot of different things. It takes a lot of skill. It takes some luck. It takes some the bounces to fall the right way for you, and the Cardinals certainly had that happen to them through strong play last season.
Well, and remember as well that they were just barely above 500, so it's not as if they were a dominant force throughout the season. They battled through their ups and downs, and they persevered, and they got strong and hot at the right time.
They did.
And rode it all the way to Target Center. I did tell Coach Ogorek when we spoke for the preview a couple weeks ago, it's now an expectation. We want to go back. And he said, we do too.
They do.
He said the coaching staff was also a little bit awestruck by the situation and being in that arena and having that experience. And now they want to go back and they want to do it better.
And if you remember that competition, their opening round opponent in Minnetonka eventually won the state tournament here last year.
The two teams that they lost to did not lose.
No.
Again, because in the consolation semifinal they lost to Park Center.
They did.
Who then won the consolation final. And Minnetonka, as you mentioned, beat them in the first round and then won out. Young got a hand in on the defense. No foul. Coach O thought he was held, not able to secure the steal. But now the shot clock getting way down. TPT, those long arms, getting into a pass.
Nice look
feed underneath, and Okoye finishes.
Okoye,
I like the little underhanded give.
Hey, get it to him anyway. I mean, he found him open.
Samson LeClaire will be called for the reach-in. That'll be his third.
I mean, off the steal, look at the nice little dish underneath. Okoye does a good job of just making sure he completes it. He has 4.
Hiker tripped up. No call, and a good steal by Okoye. Bauman Tate goes underhand again down to Adi. This is Samson Leclerc, kicks it out. TPT from the corner, in and out. And Weichert got the rebound.
Just that
the rim,
spin.
That rim on that side is,
yep.
It's got to be just right. Weichert, the 17-footer, is just short. Adi fights through the traffic to secure the rebound. Heads up down court. Drives and comes up short. The rebound by Blees. He's fouled, and that's going to be number 4 on Samson Leclerc.
Yeah, that's.
And he's going to have to come out.
Yeah, he picked up a quick one. He came in with 3. And
no, he's picked up 2.
2. That's right. He came in with 2, and then he's picked up 2 quick ones. And that's he's going to have to sit on the bench for a number of minutes with those 4 persons. Cody DeGogo will check in his stead.
Well, Jagogo has a couple of fouls as well. Blees, an open look for 3. That's hard off the iron. Tipped out of bounds. Niederheiser can't believe that it wasn't called Cardinal ball.
Yeah,
Trojans ball.
We'll see it here.
Yeah, I think
it totally went off DeGogo. Card's got one.
Well, they were lobbying for sure. And again, watch those facial expressions.
Yes.
That was the oddest thing on Tuesday night for it to happen, not once but twice, where apparently it was just that odd-looking expression that led to the tech. Young draws the double team, finds Adi alone in the corner. He drives, his pass deflected out of bounds. Cardinals will keep it, but just 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Tate fires it up off balance, and the shot clock expiring. Long look to Weichert. He scores plus the foul, and will go to line for the 3-point opportunity.
Yeah, not the guy you wanted to foul. He got the easy bucket going in, and let him get the 2. Now he's got an opportunity for a 3-point play. So 3 team fouls already for the Cardinals here in the second half. They did get into foul trouble early in that first half.
Pull-up 3-pointer for Young is off the mark. Tipped out of bounds by DeGogo. Didn't have position, but went up and challenged Blees for the rebound and did not commit the foul. And that's big. Weichert, a 3 from the corner, won't fall. Niederheiser kicked it out. 3-pointer for Blees won't go.
Again, cold shooting in the first half continued for the most part here in the second half for the Knights, and the Cardinals are going to turn the ball over.
Emotional.
Oh, yeah.
Passionate.
Yep.
All of those things that drive a coach. Niederheiser kicks it in. Blees, a 3 from the corner. That won't go either. Adi, the rebound. Ahead for Young. On the run. To the lane and draws the foul. It's going to go against Evan Weichert.
That'll be his first.
He's got 10 points.
Yep.
To lead New Prague. Did not start. Came in relatively early, though. Quick 3 for TPT is good. His 3rd of the night.
Yeah, he has 9. He's got 3 3-pointers. Oh, how's that net? Adi looked like he got fouled. Nothing was called.
Another one against Okoye. That'll be his 3rd. You talk about a team that needs more contribution from their depth. Well, You have to be able to keep the depth on the floor. Number of guys getting into foul trouble, and the referees clearly not shy about blowing their whistles. No. Lee thought about the three, instead gives it up to Tietz, cross court. Weichert, long three. This one won't go. The rebound by DeGogo. DeGogo takes it straight at the rim, won't fall. The rebound by Niederheiser. Lee into the front court. Hands off for Blees. Double team comes, put it on the floor. Adi trying to get the steal, but out of bounds. Andrew King, I believe, getting his first minutes of the ball game for New Prague. Cross for Lee. King steps up, double team comes. Tried to get it to Niederheiser, tipped away out of bounds by Adi. 10 seconds left on the shot clock. Meyer kicks it across, Lee into the corner. Tietz swatted away out of bounds by TPT.
Not in my house, not today. Nice job. Swatting it away with some authority, young man.
They're going to try and fix the shot clock, because remember, he sent it in with 10, and they clearly did not get to the rim. There's certainly not 35 left on the shot clock.
.35.
I was I was talking to Coach Schumann before. He's like, it's really, there's a lot more that goes into it. It's complicated. Coach Paterka doesn't like it.
Well,
he'd love a fresh 35.
Well, he's got to understand this. It can't be 35, but you've got to figure out where do you put that shot clock. I mean,
yeah.
Were they keeping an eye on it?
I mean, technically, we could probably look at our tape and have it exact, but they don't ask us. No. But yeah, it was only 10 seconds when they inbounded on the far side. It probably took 5 seconds to come across and get the shot off before Plum and Tate swatted away into the row H. Well, they got 35 on the shot clock, so. But they certainly didn't play it like it was. And now. Because clearly the shot was forced up quick. And it was out of bounds. It hit the shot clock.
Oh, yeah, it definitely did.
And then the shot clock sounded, so I don't know. Is it a shot clock violation? Because it never got to the rim.
It did not.
Or is it a turnover for going out of bounds? Because it was thrown over the backboard. Either way, it was an odd exchange. King with an open look. His three-pointer is over the top and a foul underneath.
Gonna call it on Tate.
It's going to be called against Adi.
That'll be his second, team fifth.
TJ Neal is going to check back in.
Been stuck at 35-21 for a little bit.
Tietz backdoor, can't get it to fall. Rebound tip to Plowman Tate. He's on the run. Adi left side pull-ups for three. That won't go. Meyer all alone for the rebound. Leads to Meyer inside. His shot won't go. Plowman Tate has the rebound.
Yeah, again, cold shooting both inside and outside for the Knights.
Young drives, draws the foul, will go to the line and shoot two. But more importantly, again, we go back to Coon Rapids on defense. Pressuring, forcing them to take shots they maybe would not want to take. And more importantly, limiting them to one opportunity. Getting a lot of rebounds on their defensive end are the Cardinals. helping them to this 14-point lead. Just over 5 minutes into this second half. First free throw off the mark for Jackson Young. Able to hit the second. King back to Blease. King, Blease will take the three. Won't get it to go. Rebound controlled by Jackson Young. Ahead for Plowman Tate. His pass taken away by Meyer. Blease driving, got a little too deep, kind of threw it up over his head. That wouldn't go. Cody to go, backing away. Gives it off to Jackson Young. Tries left side and scores against Niederheiser.
Yeah, again, good control. Jackson with a nice bucket there. He has 14 to lead all scorers.
King to Blease, went right through his hands. Plowman Tate recovers for the Cardinals. Adi left side. Drive for Plowman Tate, but rolls right across the top of the rim and out. Blease the other way. His pass deflected out of bounds by Young. Weichert will check back in for New Prague, along with Spencer Bond.
Yeah, Weichert just, I'm sure getting his legs about him after not playing since last year. Talked about his foot injury during the football season.
Weichert to the floor. Right side. Teets gets it back up top. Blease. His pass underneath, taken away by Plowman Tate. Tried to take it off of Weichert. Weichert drives. That won't go. Young going to be called for the foul, and it's going to be two-shot for Weichert.
Oh, I don't know about that. His feet were set.
Weichert able to hit the first. Well, it's early in the season for the guys in the gray shirts, too.
It is.
Weichert able to hit them both.
He has a dozen.
Young mugged. Looks like he may have gotten a poke to the eye at the end, but for a second I didn't think they were going to call a foul.
I
there.
didn't either. I was going to say, come on. What do they need?
I was pretty sure one guy reached in his back pocket and took his wallet.
Yeah.
Alex Meyer
went and bought a Coke, came back.
Alex Meyer called for the foul. Adi will just fire it into the back court for Jackson Young. Young spins against Weichert, kicks it out. Adi to the baseline. Up top, Plowman Tate on the floor. And he walked.
Yeah. 11 minutes remaining. 15-point lead for Coon Rapids.
Blease, an open look, knocks down the three.
His first points of the game.
CTN curse.
Yep.
Three-pointer at the other end for Neal, and the Cardinals don't have the answer. Blease has the rebound. And will carry it to the front court, poked away by Neal, but he's able to recover. Now Weichert up top. Weichert inside, back out. Blease for another three, hit it again.
Heating up. Lead's been cut to 9.
He unanswered. And this call is going to go against Miles Teets. His second.
Yep. His 4th team foul.
Niederheiser will check in for Meyer. Yeah, this is first time it's been less than a double-digit lead in quite some time.
Yep.
Three-pointer for Young is short. Niederheiser has the rebound. Last time it was less than a 10-point lead. It was 13-5. Three-pointer is off the mark for Bond. Cardinals able to secure the rebound just with numbers. Great pass, and Adi is down court for the finish.
Yeah, just a beautiful job. Adi with a great job getting behind the defense.
But
Plum and Tate with a heck of a pass.
A laser. Oh, and a strip from TJ Neal just picked the pocket of Weichert. Cross court. DeGogo thought about it. He eyed up that rim. Plum and Tate driving, left hand, good, plus the foul. That's going to be number 3 against Teets.
Look at that pass.
Just
beautiful right to Adi. And then nice job of just gaining the lane, putting the ball in his left hand, getting the bucket and the foul.
And able to complete the three-point play, back to a 14-point lead. And he has a dozen. 9:19 and a timeout on the floor. Talked about it early, you know, just want to bounce back, get back to 500, one game at a time. Young program, young team. A lot of guys still trying to figure out their roles, figuring out how to work together, how to play as a team, how to win as a team. And while they hope to be able to finish it off here tonight, they'll feel good about it for a few hours, but then they know it's going to be time to get back to work because the schedule gets much more difficult looking forward. Talked to Coach O before the game. He said, well, at least it's not, you know, Park Center or Totino Grace quite yet.
Yeah, they're going to get them soon enough, obviously.
Right.
But
any time in the season, when you have that kind of quality on your schedule, year in and year out, you know that you better have a group that's ready to compete every time they take the court.
Yeah, they're going to see Totino on January 7th, Park Center on January 21st.
And Maple Grove in between. So, you know, there's...
Yeah, Maple Grove on the 13th.
Some quality all up and down the schedule for sure. Another open look for Blease. This one's short. Long rebound to TJ Neal. He gets it into the front court, leaves it off for TPT.
Well, Neal smartly holds the ball up, lets the offense set up.
Jeremy Adi kicks it to the corner to go for 3. He's got another one.
That's a big 3. He has 8. And Coach O with a smile on his face.
So after a quick spurt from New Prague, Coon Rapids answers with a run of their own. Good drive for Blease.
Yeah, leads at 15.
And after not having anything through the first quarter, first half and almost half of the second half, Blease has scored the last 8 points for New Prague. Still, they trail by 15. Neal driving. Fouled before the shot. Gonna go against Lee. Second of the game for Lee. 4th for New Prague here in the second half. To go up top for Jackson Young. drives the lane.
That's another travel. Jackson doesn't buy it. I don't know that it was a travel, but nonetheless.
Into the corner, three-pointer for Teets is good. That pass out of the reach of Jackson Young, and the Cardinals will turn it back over. Three-pointer from the corner for Lee won't go. Long rebound tracked down by Teets. Lease back to Lee. Another three-point look. This one won't go either. Young able to secure the rebound, but they're going to call him for the foul as he and
they called it on.
Oh,
they called it on the Knights.
Yeah, it was both number 10s, and that's going to be number 4 on Teets.
I think it was on Teets. Let's take another look at it, though. I mean, Young had control of the ball. I think he was pushed a little from behind. But nonetheless, they will go to the line.
I can 100% guarantee, no matter which way you called that foul, the offending player was not going to agree.
No, why would they?
Young leading all scorers with 14 at the line to shoot, 1-1. And he missed the front end. Niederheiser has it fall right into his breadbasket. Young jumps in, gets the steal, drives to the other end, gets the foul. Will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that'll be on Meyer.
And that's a foul he had to take.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You can't just, got to make it difficult. You're trying to scratch your way back into this. You got back to within 9. It went back up to 16, 17. Now it's back climbing again at 13. Hits them both.
16.
(48-34) the Cardinal lead. Lee and Blees play catch up top. Into the corner, Niederheiser. Defense collapses, gets it into the middle. Meyer turns, shoots, misses, got his own rebound, got the foul, will go to the line to shoot 2.
I'll call that one on Jackson Young. That's his 3rd. That's a 1-on-1 situation now for the Knights.
No, it's a 2-shot foul.
Oh, it is a 2-shot. That's right. He did get it. You're correct. We're going to see Samson LeClaire come back into the action. He's been sitting on the bench for a while since he picked up that 4th personal.
Yeah, picked up 2 fouls very early in this second half, and will come in and hope to stay on the floor as long as he can. Meyer rolls the second one in and out. Another rebound for Plowman Tate. Pass into the corner. Adi for 3. That's off the mark. Rebound controlled by Meyer. Trojans into the front court. Right side for Lee. Into the corner, Niederheiser back up for Lee. Into the middle, poked away, and they're going to call LeClaire, and his night is over.
That was a quick one.
Not how he wanted the home opener to go.
No, definitely not for him. And I know, Coach O is obviously, we talked about looking for depth on his squad.
Meyer misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound by Okoye, and Plum Tate setting up the offense on the right wing. Hands it off for DeGogo. Back up top for Young. Setting up the pick there, but good rotation by the Trojans to keep Young from escaping. Foul's going to go against Blease.
Blease with his third.
I just love that Blease was, no, he fouled me first. It's every call, it's every sport. It's more intimate in basketball because we're so close to the action. You know, if it weren't for the headsets, we could hear what they're saying to the officials, but every athlete has a little bit of lawyer in them.
They definitely do.
As they try and argue their way out of infractions. He's got to be close to double digits in rebounds if he's not already at it. He's got a dozen points, a handful of assists, but just the quality of the assists even more impressive, and a handful of steals too.
Yep.
So he's been kind of all over the place.
Not an opportunity to earn some points from the line.
.21 points in the opener against Blaine on Tuesday night. He had a solid year. He only finished with a little less than 5 points per game last year, but he was sidelined for a lot of the early part with an injury.
It's them both. 15-point lead for the Cardinals with 5:50 left.
Niederheiser looking for some room. Finds Holden, back to Niederheiser. And a steal for DeGogo all alone. And that is going to fall every time. Good steal and the smart option. Three-pointer is short for Lee. Rebound to DeGogo, kicked it to TPT, up court for Young all alone. He lays it home.
Yeah, transition basketball, what Coon Rapids loves to do, almost another steal for DeGogo. But
in the middle, his shot won't fall. Rebound tipped around. Adi hustles and secures on the run. DeGogo for three. That's well short. And Weichert will take the rebound.
You can see that coming off the hands. It wasn't going to get to the rim.
Well, the 2 3-pointers he's hit, though, both just high arcing shots. That out of the hand, both of those, I thought that was probably ain't gonna go, but it has.
Yep. Found the bottom of the bucket.
Young working against Niederheiser. Finds room inside, blocked away by Weichert. Trojans with the numbers the other way. Cardinals hustle back on defense. Weichert for three. It's well short. Holding the rebound, and Jeremy Adi tackles.
He lost control, and he had no choice but to go into him. That'd be Adi's third, 9th team foul on the Cardinals. Both teams with 9.
Just a little out of control.
Yeah, just a bit.
Blease took the hard end of that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. Blease could be a football player. He could be used to it. I know Jeremy is. Blease at the free throw line, shoot a 1-and-1, and able to get the roll on the front end.
You know, Coach Paterka, one of the things we talked about was trying to stop transition ball by the Cardinals. They've done a nice job of points off turnovers.
Blease able to hit them both.
He has 10.
Okoye hands off to Cody to go. And yep, that's going to be another moving screen. It's going to be number 4 against Okoye. .403 to play. Okoye nearly had that pass. Turnaround jump shot won't go for Teets. The rebound by Plowman Tate. Young working his way to the lane, kicks it out. Adi all day, and he knocks it down.
Well, he knocked that down. 7 points for Adi.
And a 20-point lead for the Cardinals. 3-point answer at the other end for Lee. Full court pressure now from the Trojans. Young will take it to the lane. That shot won't go. Okoye has the rebound. Out to Plowman Tate. A long 3 won't fall. Weichert has the rebound.
You know, I know he has the green light to hit that shot.
Weichert streaks to the lane and scores.
And he's so strong. He's got 14. The lead is 15.
Plowman Tate trying to drop it off for DeGogo. Let him a little too much. Lost out of bounds. John Pintz check back in. Okoye will get a breather. Just over 2.5 to play. Lee in traffic, gets it into the corner for Bond. Finds Blease, an open look for 3, won't go. Riker got the rebound, swatted away by Adi out of bounds. Good quick hands again on defense for the Cardinals.
Yep, absolutely.
Weichert's pass too tall for Teets. And the Trojans turn it right back over. Plowman Tate into Adi, gets it back. Young head for Adi into the front court. Young will get the foul from Blease. That'll be number 10 against New Prague, so it'll be a 2-shot foul. That's the 4th on Blease. Young able to hit them both. He's got 20. Lee lost the handle out of bounds. And after a couple of little spurts, seemed as if New Prague had some life late in the second half. Wheels have kind of come off the bus for the Trojans.
Yes, they have.
Young spinning to the lane against Weichert. Got the foul. They both hit the floor.
Jackson with a nice little move, kind of reverse to get to inside, gain some space underneath. Well, I think we're safe to say that this will be a Cardinal victory tonight, and it'll be number 100 for head coach Michael Gorick.
Pretty special.
Yes. Congratulations
milestone.
To him. And I know it's not just him, because he talked about it. He says, you know, it's you look at your staff. You know, Schumann's been with him forever, and you know, guys that really help him.
Schlinsog's been on that staff a long time.
Exactly.
Schumann, I know, goes back to day one.
Yes.
Schlinsog's got to be close.
Yep.
And then, of course, you got a couple of former players in Sam Carver and Marcus Rask.
Yes, you do. Great staff.
Young got a piece of it. Adi comes through with the steal and finishes on the breakaway. Back over the 20-point threshold. Will Radermacher. Fresh on the floor. His three-pointer was off the mark anyway. There was a foul there on the Cardinals and a couple of free throws upcoming for Miles Teets. Trojans will empty their bench here for the final 79 seconds. TJ Washtalk out there. Jack Conkey out there. Mason Decker out there. Timeout. New Prague.
Yeah, we're going to see the Cardinals do the same. They're going to empty the bench. They're going to put players out.
Boaduga. Checking on the floor. I didn't see who else is.
Well, TJ Neal, he has been in the game. He's coming back. I think Connor Young's coming in, I believe.
That looks like I think that's a good guess. Yep. Peyton McNair.
Yep.
Okoye is going to stay out. TJ Neal still out there. Connor Young will bring it up court. Minute 15 to play. Cardinals ready to move to 1-1 on the season. Will feel good to get first win under their belt. But
yes,
as we
absolutely.
talked about earlier, it's still a long road ahead of them. Neal nearly lost it into the backcourt. Guarded by King. Works to the right side. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Okoye was fouled and will go to the line to shoot two. Jack Conkey called for the infraction.
I don't think Coach Paterka was happy with that foul with the little amount of time left on the shot clock.
First one is off the mark. Okoye 4 points in the contest. Make it 5.
Push the lead back to 20.
King for 3, shot won't go. Rebound tip controlled by Connor Young. Up court for Neal. Gets it through traffic to Okoye. Into the corner, the three-pointer for Aduga wouldn't fall. And New Prague has the rebound. Into the post, turnaround shot won't fall for Conkey. Cardinals secure the rebound down to the final 10. McNair fires up a 3 well off the mark. Rebound by Connor Young, gets it back out to Neal. He'll hold for the buzzer, and the Cardinals are 1-1.
Yeah, nice win for the Cardinals. Just a good job by the, I thought defensively did a really nice job. I think the lead got down, to about 9? Was it 9 at one point? But
yeah.
Cardinals did a really nice job of getting it built back up into double digits and really just controlling this game pretty much start to finish.
Yeah, and again, they never trailed in this contest.
Nope.
They took the lead in the first half, and they never really looked back. They built the lead into double digits early in the first half. And other than, again, those couple of spurts in the second half where it looked like New Prague was going to make an effort and was going to have an opportunity to try and climb back in and make it a game right until the end. And then Cardinals able to lock some things down with their defense and really just numbers to the ball. And the big thing that set them apart, in my opinion, was their effort and their hustle.
Oh, without a doubt. No, I mean, they were all over that. I mean, the double teaming on defense, they did a really good job of getting New Prague out of what they wanted to do. They flustered them all evening long. And they were able to hit some big shots when they needed them to increase that lead. And I thought it was a pretty good victory for the Cardinals. And again, congratulations to Michael Gork and his staff. Number 100 in his career here at Coon Rapids.
Yeah, and again, an opponent they put on the schedule early on to help them gain a little bit of confidence. But as we talked about, some monsters lie in wait as they look into further into December and into January. You have to deal with the Giants in the Northwest Suburban Conference. We've got a lot more coming up here on CTN. We're coming back to the Fieldhouse for the third time this week. Friday night.
We're sleeping here tonight, didn't you know?
Friday night, it's the season opener for the wrestling team as they try to recover the golden shoes in the rivalry against the Anoka Tornadoes. A lot of hockey next week. Girls hockey on Tuesday against Osseo Park Center. Boys on Thursday against Armstrong Cooper. And then on Saturday, we'll have the doubleheader for Hockey Day Coon Rapids. But that is going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Coon Rapids 64, New Prague 44. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us and continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.